Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's another GW Pro session, and if you're new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be receiving information whenever we post content such as this one. And if you're new to this channel, this is market pre-session. Okay, so we look at what is happening in the market and what happened in the market for last week, and also point you in the right direction as what we think is happening in the whole general market and how we intend to approach it in the week to come. All right, so we'll start with the index as usual. We go first to the DXY because it's the king of whatever is happening, so I call it the king dollar. All right, so what is happening at the moment here? We've seen that DXY did a double bottom right here, just the double bottom right here. So as you can see nicely, this is a monthly time frame here. The double bottom, and ever since price have been strong, so I expect further uprises to still continue with the DXY for this one, to still continue making uprises to the upside. So from a weekly time frame, we can also identify that price is still bullish, and I look forward to seeing price breaking this one leg right here after this leading channel here. So all that is happening right now is actually a leading channel coming into play. Okay, so it's a leading channel coming into play, and this one did complete. All right, so we could be on our way to seeing two things here. This is leading channel coming into play, and this is awesome. So we could see this right of the ABC, and we could also see this. So it's, but however, all road leads, all finger point at the right direction there, right there. So we can see that this is also happening for this one. This did complete the ABCDE pattern, and you can see nicely there. So this is the first drop here. So we expect that the next one should complete the pattern of the ABC for that, right? So we can expect that that should come in and complete for the A, right, B, and then the C. So I expect more uprises to still continue with the DXY for this one. And with that said, we could also expect further uprises in the week to come. And at the moment, we're seeing that DXY is currently trading inside of an upward channel right here. As you can see, this is upward channel. So we have resistance up there, we have support right here. And we'll still continue to see further uprises coming in with the DXY for this one here. So I expect further push to still continue to the upside, and you know, you just need to plug into what is happening. Okay, so next we move to the BXY. All right, so what is happening with the BXY? This one, BXY is more or less in a symmetrical triangle, as you can see nicely. Price is trading inside symmetrical triangle, so we're expecting a break either to the upside or to the downside, but I prefer more of the latter than the former. All right, so I expect more of a break to downside, and we'll see that there is much difference between this in price movement. You can see that this looks more of a like a corrective wave right here. So this is the first drop here. So this is the A leg, B leg, C leg. So once price have been able to complete the C leg here, we're more skeptical and more careful on how I come into this one, because definitely we can have drops starting to come anytime soon. All right, so last week we did see that the Bank of England had rate decisions, but not could really push price up as we expected. But however, price showed some weakness around the you know, the support of the triangle there, and you know, broke a little bit before that actually pushing up price. But however, I expect further down to come in this one. All right, so we're just going to look at the pace. Okay, so after knowing that at the back of our minds and what we want to do, all right, so we'll just go straight into looking at it. So we start with the monthly time frame as usual, what is happening, and then we can identify where we are and where we want to be next. Okay, so we are here with this one here right here. So we also identify certain structures. I would put it to you that there was a lot of weakness coming in here in the market. Okay, so there was a lot of weakness coming in here at the market, and we did see various rejections of the structure. So we can just go ahead and then point that out nicely. Various weaknesses came in there, and price then dropped down to downside. All right, so we could be looking at where price would tend to go to before we can then start looking for a bit of correction. But however, we will just have to plug into whatever is happening in the market at the moment. So having that at the back of our minds, and we know that the DXY is also bullish, so we'll only look for opportunities to go down again. There is no two ways about that. So what we're going to be doing is to look for opportunities to still continue downward. All right, so we're downward, so it's about looking for opportunities to continue downward until price can actually break above that structure there. So looking at this, how do we intend to approach this one right here? So we're downward, there's no two ways about that. All right, so the trend is your friend. You want to go in the direction of the trend, and here we started to see drops coming in from that point, and we could expect continuations there, because we got into a trade right here last week on Thursday, when I spoke about for the 400% move with the GBP. So if you didn't get that straight, you just go over to my channel and you're going to see that. And so what's also happening here, we could expect that we wait for opportunities to develop, and then we can still continue bearish for this one. But however, we are bearish, so it's about looking for the best entry to continue bearish on this one. Okay, so whenever we want to see, we can then start looking for bullish opportunities, will be the time that price could break above this area mark. So whenever price breaks above the 0.4745, we can then start looking for bullish opportunities. But for now, we are bearish, so we can expect price to continue making further drops until when we could hit this zone here, right here. So the 0.702 territory is what we want to hit, and once that could happen, then we will reevaluate the situation and then also inform you guys in our market update. All right, so but however, we did see that price did form what we could see to be a morning star. So here's the morning star here. We can see from a daily time frame here, that's the morning star, and this is support of the morning star. So however, for us to continue going short this week, we would have to wait for a break below this point here, and on the retest, right, on the retest, then we can look to continue further down. All right, so look to continue further down. So that's what we're going to be doing. So if price meets any of our valid entry for a trade around that point, right, so we can then look to go short on that one. All right, so for now, we're bearish. So what we want to see is price taking out this support right here. So we want to see price taking out a support before we can then continue bearish in this week. All right, so next we go over to the USD JPY. The USD JPY, I speak about this many of the times, and I also enlighten you guys. This is what we want to take right from time. And if we go over to my Telegram, okay, and also my trading view, you can see that here I also posted this one here. All right, I posted this one here, the short opportunities with the AUD USD, and all right, and also posted this one as well, the USD JPY long trade. You can also see now. All right, so this, if you're following me live and you're following my channel and you subscribe to my handle, you're gonna see this. You know, I put this up, so far we are in profit. All right, we are aiming at the 112,500, so we are in co-profit if you follow that one. And also if you're following this one with the AUD USD, all right, so let's see how that one fared as well. All right, so you can see that we did hit our take profit area, and this was posted on the September 13th. Okay, so we're out of that one. So if you're following me, you're gonna see that I come up with analysis week in, week out to show you what I think of the market and however we intend to approach the market. All right, so this one here, we are not new to this one, so I'm not going to make an analysis with this one over again. You just go over to my trading view and you're going to find that on my trading view, GW Pro, GWinFX. You're going to find that under my trade idea setup. All right, so we look at next we look at the USD card. What is happening with the USD card? Last week, just before the retail sales, we then saw that the USD card actually gathered much of momentum, very much massive strength, and I don't know where that came from, but however, we are still inside of a channel here, moving on rising channel here, so we can expect further uprises to come once price could hit back the support area there. So we wait at this point right here, right, to see what then happens for that one. So anything that could take price here, we need to wait for a valid entry around that point to be able to take a buy trade from that point. All right. Two is about that. So let's go down to a much lower time frame to see. So once price could hit that target there, so if you're following me on this channel, you're gonna receive notification whenever I say it is a go for this one, so we can then start looking for opportunities to buy this one to the upside. All right. Okay, so next we go over to the NZD-USD. However, remember that we have a bias, and the only thing we want to be doing this week is to look to long USD only. All right, so what is happening here with the NZD-USD? I would also say that we are moving in downtrend, because downtrend is simply a series of lower lows and lower highs. So we could then see that from this point, price then started making lower low, lower high, lower low. So if this is actually our lower high at this point, we can expect the next lower low to come back into this territory right here. So the 0.67500 area is the next lower low area, which I expect price to test, after which price did this, and so we then saw price then correct into a WXY. All right, so this is what is happening in the market at the moment. So okay, so that's what's happening in the market at the moment. So price then corrected to WXY, so more of a corrective wave. So this is the first impulse, so we can expect the next one to continue. However, so I expect much of a correction to still further come in after this one here, right here. So I expect further more corrections to still come into this one, and then price then continue still further going down. All right. So for next, we'll look at the Euro USD. What is happening with the Euro USD at the moment? Okay, so last week the Euro USD could have formed the inverted head and shoulder right around here. Okay, so we are still in that zone. We're still in that zone right there, so no two ways about that. So we are also waiting for this. So the only way we can confirm this, we need to wait for confirmation only at the break above the neckline, is when we would then confirm that this is ready to make a push to the upside. All right, so anything less, we would expect that price will also continue to make further drops. So from a monthly time frame, what is also happening, we will take a glance at the monthly time frame. And as usual in my sessions, I speak about this many times, that if you are looking to approach the market, you must have certain structures which you trade the most. Okay, so you must have certain structures which you trade the most, and setups which you look for in order to be profitable on the long run. You don't just trade randomly. And if you're new to my channel, then I think you are in luck, because you're going to learn also not my analysis, but how I also come into take trade. So what I'm seeing with this one here, I see a completion of this pattern, a push to the upside right here. I see a completion right with this one here. This is a very strong move of, okay, so this is what happened here. So from this point here, we can then expect it, we can start to expect that this could have also been in play. Okay, so for price to fail to continue with this one with a leading, so this is actually an ending. Okay, so this is an ending structure here starting to form here, and for price to close below this point on a monthly time frame, you can look at that, see that for price to close below the, all right, so for price to close below the 1.172 area on a monthly time frame gives us an idea that price is ready to make a push to the downside. All right, so here with this candle here, I was expecting that this could have come in bullish after this candle here, but the next one came in bearish. So moreover, we are seeing more bearishness coming into the market at the moment, and we cannot expect any less than for price to still continue further making drops to the downside. All right, so that's what I expect to see. But however, how do we intend to approach this? And we've also seen that price have also, after making the rush there from this point on here, have been more of trading inside of this small range. So we could expect that price could also come in to touch the support of that range before then we could look for more setups to continue. But however, we are bearish on this one, we are bearish on this one, so we are inside a downward channel right here. Until price can take out that downward channel right there, we don't have any reason to start looking for bullish opportunities for this one, but rather to continue looking for a bearish one, and for price to continue in the direction. The trend is your friend, so what you want to do at any point in time is to identify the trend and then follow the trend, because that's where the money is. All right, so if you're looking to come into taking this trade, definitely your stop loss should be above this. All right, so you can then look to check that one. All right, so anything you want to do with this one, I think best interest to wait for this to complete. All right, so you can then wait for further push to the upside. Then we can then look for bearish opportunities. Any weakness coming in around that point could be one we'll look to take. All right, so your stop loss is going to be up here and take profit down here. So we want to see that also playing out nicely, and we want to test back the lows right here. All right, so the GBP USD also looked very interesting. Last time I spoke about this one is when I spoke about this one on my channel here, that price should come back to hit the 1.345 territory there nicely, and we are still in profit. So if you took that trade with us on my channel, you're in profit. Having seen price fell to develop to the upside right from this point, up down, then a drop coming in there. All right, so I expect that to be in profit. I'll be back with more on Monday. All right, I'll be back on more on Monday, and I'll show you what I think after that of the whole market, because we want to see how the market opened in the week, and then we can then start making judgments as to how we want to further approach in the week ahead. All right, so with that, I'll leave you to the week and also to prepare well for the week ahead. Remember, this week is going to be massive, it's going to be great, and it's going to be wonderful and last. Stay tuned to this channel, and then you will be glad you did. Love you. Have a wonderful day. All right, so next we look at the NZD-JPY. What is happening with the NZD-JPY? We could also identify here with the NZD-JPY that this is also possible. Okay, so this is a possibility. One. Okay, so we then see that price was trading more of in the downtrend right here. All right, this downtrend right here. All right, so that's one. All right, so we had this break at this point, so this could be a start of a new wave. But before I could then start believing that this is the start of a new wave, what I wanted to see was a break above this point here, because here also we could see that if this is what I expect it to be, okay, so we expect to see a break of the B leg, okay, right around the 78.65. All right, we want to see a daily close above that point before we can then start to assume that that is a drop. But however, we can then look at this as a WXY. All right, we can look at this as a WXY, and we could wait for some drops to come in right around there. All right, just way a little below this point, and then we could look to start looking for bullish opportunities one more time. So however, we would then see which one really price wants to play out. But however, for the correction coming in on the JPY, unless we could see an immediate drop coming with the JXY, okay, so then price could continue making uprises to the upside. All right, so however, we expect to see more clarity and more direction, but I think that this could have been complete. Okay, this could have been complete for an impulse correction, an impulse. Okay, so that could have been complete. Sorry about that. That should have been complete with this one. So I think the next one should continue going down. So if you want to take a risk on that one, I think it's best you put your stop loss just way above this one here, and you can then target the lows. All right, so I expect price to still make further down, right, to that zone. All right, so what is also happening, and we'll just take a look at the USD Mexican peso. What is happening with this one right here? Okay, so the USD Mexican peso right from a while now has. For this one on a monthly time frame, we can also identify that we had this bullish filling candle here, which we're supposed to fill in for this month, and so far we have our support back here. So we can just turn this into a line chart, and you can see that nicely, that we have a support right here as we have multiple rejections here, here, and we can also extend this also right into here. So we can expect that there could be some further push to the upside. And on a weekly time frame, we would also see that let me just bring that up back, so we should have that on a weekly scale as well. All right, so we did not have any weekly close below that point ever since then. All right, so, and also I spotted this for last week, that we could be trading inside of what is a triangle. All right, so this is a triangle right here, so we could trading inside what could be a symmetrical triangle. All right, so having made drops, so we would only look to see where price would explode to. Okay, so however, we'll see where price would explode to. But what I think, in my opinion, I think I can still further take a buy trade right up to this point. Okay, I can take a buy trade right up to this point here. All right, of the 2032, I can take a buy trade and my stop loss could be below here. I can do that because I see a possible correction here, and I see a possible breakout here. So I see a chance of price continuing to the upside and further making up rises from that point on to the upside. Right, so I see that also playing out nicely, unless we could have a break below this point here, this previous structure here. Then can we say that price is about to start a next leg to the upside, and we could then see this as A, B, C, D, E for an X, so W, X, Y to complete. The next one could also further be going down. Right, so that could also be a possibility. All right, so next we go over to the Euro GBP. All right, the last time I spoke about the Euro GBP, we were looking to take a short trade from that point, and however, if you're following me, you're going to understand two things. All right, so we have two targets area, and we're looking at also this area right here as important as well, so you can see that nicely. I'm not going to put that up, but also we're looking at here on a smaller scale right here, and how we intend to approach this one on a smaller scale. So let me just take this out from a weekly. I don't want this appearing on my weekly scale, so I don't want to see that. Okay, so this is not okay. So here we have a very unique candle pattern here, which is the morning star. Right, so bearish candle, bearish candle, bearish candle. Right here we have this indecision candle followed by a strong bullish candle, which should be a filling candle. But however, we can expect to see uprises coming in here as well, and price could also continue to the upside. But one of the things we would also identify here, that price has been in a downtrend right from April. All right, right from April. So I want to see price take out that trend line. I want to see price take out this one here. I want to see price be able to close above this point here for a confirmation of a bullish entrance. Okay, so I don't want to just come in here with this one and then start making trading decisions because I've seen a candle pattern. But however, the whole structure of the market, or how the market is feeling, is bearish. So for this one here, we've not been able to break out of this one here, and we also see a lot of weakness coming in here. So I want to see that price can break above the 0.86 mark to the upside, and we can have a daily close before I can then start looking for bullishness. But unless that, anything less than that, I think I'm going to wait for bearish opportunities. Then I could come in and then continue downward, because this looks bearish on a medium term for me. All right, so next I take a look at the gold. The last time I spoke about gold, I spoke about the gold, that gold is inside this downward channel here, and as you can see, that I spoke about gold when gold was trading near the zone, and I talked about this, and you see how gold made move to the downside, and that is also wonderful. So we could also further expect down movements on gold, and as we progress in the week. So however, if gold have plans of taking out this trend line right here, definitely we want to see that in the week ahead. So with that, I think we can wrap up this session, and then we'll see you next week on market update on Tuesday, and I'll be back to show you what I think of what is happening as developments come into the market, and how we intend to also further approach the week ahead. All right, I wish you the very best in your trading journey, and remain blessed.